And here I am a SQL trainer. I am a SQL trainer for you. So that is a introduction about myself. I warm welcome to everyone to the SQL class. It is a one world. I don't know whether you people are know SQL language or hello. Please mute yourself. Oh man. Yeah. So welcome to all. Welcome to our SQL classes. Okay, I don't know whether you know SQL or not. I go from basic to master level to learn the SQL. Okay. So everyone is eager to learn SQL. I think so. Yeah, it's a very important for your SAS. Okay. So let us start. What is the world of SQL today? As a part of kind of demo sessions, we are going to understand what is a SQL and what is the usage of the SQL. We are going to understand what is the importance of SQL. Also, we are going to understand. Okay. Yeah. Before going to understand SQL very thoroughly, let me understand you first. We know applications. So, what kind of applications you might have observed? You might have observed Amazon. Okay, if you want to purchase any product, we are using Amazon, or we are using a Flipkart, or we are using a Facebook. Yes, so these are all called as applications. So from among these applications, whatever we are doing, okay, generally what we do, we are going to interact to the, suppose you take the Amazon application, we are going to purchase some product through the Amazon website. So when you are purchasing the product, all the product information you are going to get, how, where it is coming from means it is coming from the database. So Amazon uses the backend as a database. Amazon, whatever we are selecting the product, that is called as a front end. Similarly, if you go for Flipkart also, we are purchasing some product and that product information is stored in the database. So backend we call as a database, front end we are called as an application. So how the front end application are designed? Front end applications are designed by something like HTML, CSS and JavaScript. This is a front end technology. They are going to develop front end applications. But coming for the back end, what we are called as a database. Then question comes, what is a database? So generally, when all the products are going to store inside the database. So what is a database? Database is nothing but a collection of information. Collection of information. So in the database only all the information is stored. Then question comes, why I need to have a database? See, whenever you are going to the application, so the product information is available in all the time. Means the information is stored permanent manner. If you want to store the information permanent manner, then we are going to use a database. Database, just a minute. So ఇవన్నీ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి 1 minute. Is it audible? Hello? Yeah. So database is nothing but a collection of information where we are storing our information permanent manner. So what database? Where we are storing the information in the database means we need to store the information in the place of tables. So this is a tables area. This is the one structure we have. Structures we have. So there we are going to store in the information. This tables is nothing but a concept of rows and columns. Table is nothing but a concept of row and columns. So combination of a row and column is nothing but a table. Table is a structure. In that structure, we are going to store the information. So entire collection of information will called as a database. Okay, we understood what is a database, but how to maintain the database? To maintain these databases in the backend side, we use a concept of RDBMS packages. So RDBMS programs you can call. So what this RDBMS program may do means it manages the database. So it is managing the database. If you want to manage the database, we need to have a RDBMS programs, or else I can call as a RDBMS packages. So what are the RDBMS packages available in the market? So RDBMS programs are available in the market, such as we have called as a Oracle is a one of the RDBMS package, and we have a DB2, and we have a MySQL, we have a SQL Server, MS SQL Server, MS SQL Server. These are called as a RDBMS programs. So this is called as a, I can also called as a packages. So we can take the Oracle database, I mean RDBMS package, and we can maintain the database. Or else we can purchase the DB2, we can maintain the database. Or else we can take the MySQL, we can maintain the database. Or else we can take the MS SQL Server. So by MS SQL Server, and we can maintain the database. So this product is designed by Oracle Corporation Company. This product is designed by IBM. MySQL is an open source product. Okay, and MS SQL Server is from the Microsoft company. Different companies are designed the RDBMS programs to maintain the database. What is the main purpose of the database means we can maintain the information permanent manner. For why we need to maintain? To have a application development, we need to what I can say, we can have transaction information can be loaded or a permanent manner. Okay, so this is a back-end side I'm talking about. If you have any front-end technologies like applications, or if you have any reporting tool, suppose I use some reporting tool called as nowadays we have so many reporting tools we have. So if you want to extract, we need to connect to the database means we need to connect to the first RDBMS package. So in the RDBMS package, we are maintaining the database. So not only any reporting tool, like applications also we can use to connect to our RDBMS packages, and that manages the database. Okay, anyhow, so these are the front-end technologies. Through that one, we can maintain the database. Database is nothing but collection of information. Verified. So now, what we need to understand is, whenever we are bringing the data from the database to the application, we need a one language. We need a one language. That language is called as a, we need a one language. Without language, I cannot talk to the database from the application. Or without a language, I cannot talk to the reporting to the database. To talk to the database, we need to have a language. Generally, if you want to talk to one person, we need to have a language. Similarly, from application to database, if you want to talk means we need to have a language. Then question comes, what kind of language?
Somebody have some audible issues, sir. They are not getting your voice.
Audible
they are messaging in a group, sir.
Is it okay now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Still, do you have a problem? Okay, I'll sort out this issue tomorrow, sir, because I am in. Sorry? Okay. So the language what we are using, that language is nothing but a SQL language. What is a SQL? SQL is a structured query language. What is SQL? Is a structured query language. It is a standard language to communicate with the database to the applications. It is a standard language. By using the standard language, what we can do, we can insert some data. We can insert some data into the database. We can update some data into the database. We can we can delete the data from the database. Okay, so these are the activities we can perform through the SQL language inside the database. So that is the main intention we are going for the learning the language. What kind of activities we can do means, like as I mentioned, insert we can do, updation we can do, delete we can do. So when we go for insert, suppose you went for the superstore, you purchased on the chocolate. Okay, so there is a scanner will be there. The scanner will scan your barcode. It will scan, and after scanning that one, it is going to insert on record into the database. After inserting the record, that is what I can say. It is a inserting of the data. I mean inserting the data. Suppose we can take the example of update data. For example, the product price is increased from 10 rupees to 11 rupees. Okay, suppose your one product is there, chocolate. Okay, or some other product is there. The product price is increased from 1 rupee. Okay, so that time we need to have a update. Okay, but sometimes what happens, your product is no more demand. I don't want to use that product in the superstore. That time I can go for the delete operation. So these are one of the scenario I can talk. Not only this kind of scenarios. If you take for employees also in an organization, okay, if any new employees are joining into the company, we are inserting that information. Suppose that in employee getting the highest, I mean pay, I mean is going to having something like designation is changed, then we are going for update. And if that company employee
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Excuse me. Can you please repeat it once again, sir, from the beginning?
Which one? This one, insert update
From
delete.
from the beginning, sir. We started like applications, no, sir. Like just overview. I lost my network.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes. See, applications, what we are seeing daily, you might have seen Amazon, Flipkart, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all, right? So Amazon is an application, website applications, what we are using. So generally in Amazon applications, what you are going to do, we are purchasing some products, right? You are selecting some product. Okay, when you click on that product, what is happening? That product information is getting. For example, you want to purchase something like shirt. Okay, you want to purchase. So that time you can click on the shirt, and that shirt information, maximum, medium, large, and price, and where it is delivered. All the information is coming on the screen. How it is coming on the screen? Backend some information is stored. So where that backend information is stored in means that is stored in the database. Then question comes, what is a database? So database is nothing but a collection of information. So that front-end applications are designed by some of the languages. They're called as a HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so these are the front-end technologies. I'll not go more on the HTML. Generally, they use some tags technique. By using some tag, and they'll apply some what makeups, that is called as a CSS, and they do some validation by using a JavaScript. This is a front-end story. I don't want to involve in that one. Anyway, this is a front-end story. But where our information is stored in the sense database. In the database, where our information is stored means a database, I can say a collection of tables. A database is nothing but a collection of tables. Table is nothing but it is a structure which can have a row and column. So we are going to see later part how to create a table, how to alter, how to drop, how to rename, all those things. Just understand this point of the time, we need to understand a table. Table is a structure which contains rows and columns. Okay, but how to maintain the database in a backend? That is a question. So to maintain the database in the backend, what we are going to have means the RDBMS programs. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System programs. So what this RDBMS is saying, they can manage the database in the form of tables. We can have a data. A data will be in a structured data. So structured data means we have a employee number, employee ID, salary, department number, like that. They are called as a structured data. Like if you want to talk about unstructured data, that is like a audio, video, images, and all. Generally, SQL is not processing unstructured data. SQL is processing or databases are processing normally structured data kind of stuff. If you want to process unstructured data, then we are using something like data lakes, and data lakes is one of the concept is there in a backend. So they're going to use the data lake concept that can process unstructured data as well. That comes under the concept of big data. Okay, I'm not touching that one. Right now we'll understand this RDBMS. It is going to process the structured data only. And we have a RDBMS program such as Oracle, which is designed by Oracle Corporation Company. DB2 is designed by IBM. MySQL Server is open source. Now it is acquired by Oracle only. And MS SQL Server is one of the product from the Microsoft company. Okay, some companies are designed the products as they given the RDBMS program names to maintain the database. Clear? So the RDBMS packages we need to install. We need to install the RDBMS package to maintain the database. After maintaining the database in the reporting tools also, we can access the data and to represent the visualization on your screen. Okay, for example, how many sales are happened in your company, that I want to display means you need to use a reporting tools. Similarly, if you are using any kind of application, as I mentioned, Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever the applications like trip my trip something applications also there. So there also we are using a RDBMS backend. But how do you communicate this application into backend? Okay, to communicate with the application to the backend, we need to have a language. We need to have a language. Then question comes, sir, what kind of language I need to use? That language is nothing but a SQL language, a SQL. I can also pronounce as a SQL. What do you mean by SQL? SQL is nothing but a structured query language. So what can be done through this language means it is a standard language. What we can do means we can insert the data we want, we can update the data, and we can delete the data. These are the main purposes are using in a SQL language. So what is the meaning of insert data? If I want to ask what is the insert of the data means, I give one scenario. For example, you went to the supermarket, you purchased on chocolate, bar one chocolate you have purchased in the supermarket. That afterwards the clerk will be scanning that one, your chocolate. Okay, that information first is recorded into the your database. There, I mean, supermarket will have a database that will be recorded. So that recorded information I can call as a inserting the data. But you purchase the product. Okay, after purchasing your product, that product information, whatever you purchase, that will be recorded inside the database. Similarly, your product is there. The product information is raised on one day. For example, today the product price is 10 rupees. Maybe day after tomorrow it is increased for 11 rupees. So that time what we do, we need to update the product price. So that time we need to use a update data. Suppose the product is no more used. Okay, nobody is asking that product. I don't want the demand. Demand is no more there at that product. That time what I want to do, I need to delete that product. I need to take the new product. Whenever I taking the new product, I'll insert that one. Okay. Similarly, take the scenarios of organization. Organization also, if you observe organization. Okay, if you go for organization, we employees are there. No? Employees. Whenever new employee is coming, we are going to insert that information, new employee information we are going to insert. Okay, suppose he has got some promotion, then what we do updation. Update his information. Maybe otherwise he changed his address, otherwise he changed his mobile number. So that time we are going to do updation part. Similarly, if you that employee's services happened, okay, after 50 years of services happened in that organization, and we don't want to keep that employee information in our database, we are going to delete that information. Mainly, these are the purpose we are using as a structured query language. Okay, so main language till today we are using a structured query language to interact with the database. Clear? Clear? Yeah. So we generally we are more focused on the SQL language. So people will pronounce as a SQL. SQL also they can pronounce, or else we can pronounce as a SQL. SQL also okay. SQL or SQL also both are same. Okay. Some people pronounce as a SQL and some people will pronounce as a SQL. Whatever. But in industry, we'll always call as a SQL. So that will give you impact on whatever company. Okay, you know something like SQL. Okay, a lot of students will ask, hey, you know SQL and all. Okay, so better to pronounce as a SQL, not SQL. In my experience, I am telling. Okay, so you are a professional in our company. So that time you need to pronounce as a SQL. Anyway, so SQL is a language used to communicate between client and server. SQL is a language communicate between client and server. Then question comes, sir, what is a client? So as I mentioned, your application is a client. Your reporting tool is a client. Your SaaS you are doing, no, the SaaS in a report you are doing means that is a client. And that application and we are using to the server. Application server is nothing but a database. Okay. So it is used to communicate between client and server. So application could be your SaaS or Python or your big data or any application, Flipkart, Amazon, whatever the application. but we need to interact with the database. That language is nothing but a SQL language. And SQL is going as a server as a single request only. It's going to the server database as a single request. Generally, what is a single request, sir? I am new to this SQL language. Means when I'm talking about the practical, you come to know how many requests we are sending to the server. Okay, so single request. And SQL is not a procedure language; it is a non-procedural language. The question comes, sir, what is a non-procedural language? I give the scenario. So generally, procedural language means suppose your friend is came today, and you need to make a journey to your Hyderabad to somewhere Mumbai. You need to make a journey from Hyderabad to Mumbai, but your friend is came new today. You don't have a time to make a reservation. So your friend is there. What you are going to do? You are telling to your friend, hey, go to and he is new to the Hyderabad. What you are going to do means you are going some steps to, or you are going to some directions to your friend, or you are going to dictate how to make a reservation from Hyderabad to Mumbai. Go to the central station or whatever the Secunderabad station, make a reservation. How do? You will tell everything, no? Suppose you are staying in Kukatpalli. You are telling to your friend, hey, get into Kukatpalli, there will be bus will be there, and get into that bus and go to where? Secunderabad. Go to Secunderabad. Or take the ticket. Yeah, you need to take the ticket, no? Get into the bus, take the ticket and go to where? Secunderabad. Okay, Secunderabad. Okay, Secunderabad. Secunderabad. Okay, just give me. Spelling mistakes. Okay, forgive me if I'm writing wrong. Okay, get into Secunderabad, and we will tell to your friend, hey, don't see anywhere. Go directly to the railway station because a lot of cheating is happening in Hyderabad. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Go to directly to the counter. Counter here in railway station. Okay, and if there is a queue, okay, stand on that queue and what? Okay, take ticket, make a reservation from what? Hyderabad to Mumbai. Okay, I need to travel something on some day. Okay, 20th March, something like that. Okay, okay, after some March 2022. Okay, after make a reservation, take the ticket, keep in your packet. Okay, don't see anywhere. Just come to the bus stand, and in the bus stand, okay, you will tell the bus number. I don't know what is the bus number. Okay, okay, come to bus stop once again. After bus stop, okay, bus now get into the bus number to the Kukatpalli. Okay, so okay, and come to our room. Okay, so this is actually what you have done. You have done the dictate. You are given every instruction, pin to pin instruction to your friend. Make what's a reservation. Clear? But this is called as a procedure-oriented languages. But SQL is not a procedure-oriented language. Okay, SQL is something like it is an experienced person. Assume your experienced person is there in your room, and you are want to go towards Mumbai to Hyderabad, and you don't have a time. Your friend is a very nice person. Yeah. So what you are telling to your friend? Hey, just make to Mumbai to Hyderabad on 20th March. I need to go. So your friend, what you will do? You will not dictate to every pin-to-pin information to your friend. You will directly go to a reservation counter and you will bring and he will give to you. Yes? Yeah, that language is called as what language? Non-procedural language. Are you clear what I'm saying? So whatever you want to do, suppose that's what I say. If you want to do insert, just tell insert only. It will insert the data. If you want to delete, just give the delete statement. It will delete the data. Okay, no need to write a big program. So that's what is the easy way of learning SQL. Okay, but if you go for C or C++ or any programming language, we need to write a step-by-step program. Or even if you want to learn like C, C++, okay, these are the programming languages like Java, Python. Okay, now trending language is Python also. Python is also comes under programming languages. So these are all called programming languages, and these programming languages follows the procedure-oriented technique. Procedure-oriented technique means we need to give every instruction to the computer to perform the task. But whereas SQL is only one-liner or one single request to the statement to going to the server and gives the whatever activity we are on to do. So that kind of language will called as a SQL language, SQL language. Okay. So the in couple of days, I mean couple of weeks, what we are talking, we are going to learn very clearly SQL. Okay. SQL, if you thoroughly learn, it will be very important for any applications and very important for you. That is a base we need to learn as a SQL. Okay, don't neglect to learn SQL because very important. Because in your SaaS, not only SaaS, you are going for any different applications or anywhere. SQL is asking most of the time in intro panel. Not only intro panel, your application is also, that is very important. Okay, that is called as a SQL. Okay, yeah, in a SQL we have a sub languages are there. In a SQL we have a sub languages. SQL has some sub languages, like we have a DDL language, second one is a DML language, third one is a DRL, or we can call as a DQL language. Fourth one we have a TCL language. Fifth one we have a DCL language. DDL language, DML language, DRL language, or data query language, TCL language, DCL language. This terminology is going to make you something new to those who are learning SQL. Don't worry, these all are very easy languages only. We need to main focus on DRL. If you want to understand what is a DRL language, first we need to understand DML languages, DDL language and DML language. Then question comes, what is a DDL, sir? How to understand? Yeah, don't worry. First, before understanding DDL language, we need to understand the concept of data types. We need to understand the concept of the data types. Once you are familiar with your data types concept, then we are going to understand one by one how to create the table and how to alter, how to rename, how to truncate. Everything we are also going practically. Okay, when we are learning the language. Okay, but before jumping into DDL language or DML, DRL, TCL, we need to understand the data types. Okay, so to understand data types, what do you mean by data type means? The data types are nothing but a type of the data. Data type is nothing but just specifies the type of the data. Okay, very simple talking. Data type specifies the type of the data to be stored in the column. Okay, generally data types where we are using in the means table.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please scroll upside, sir? Actually, we are writing something. So.
Yeah. I'll give these notes to everyone. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give these notes to everyone. So data types. I'm talking about data types, specifies the type of the data. Then question comes, sir, where we are using these data types? I'm new to this language. Don't worry. So if you want to understand data types, means we need to understand table. So what is a table? Table is nothing but a logic, one structure. It contains rows and columns. Rows and row and column. Okay. So what is a row? What is a row? Here employee number is there. Employee name is there. Job is there. Okay. Suppose department number is there. So this is a one column. Employee number is a one column. So employee number is a one column. Employee name is a one column. Job is a one column. Department number is a one column. Okay. In employee number, I am writing 1, 2, 3. Employee name Raj. Date of birth 12 December 1980. Depart number 20. So this entire record is called as a information. This entire record is called as a information. This is a one employee information. Similarly, I can go for another employee information. 1 to 4. Raja, Rani. So he is joined in 30th December. I mean date of birth 81. And depart number is 20. So two employees can be having the same department also. So this is a one information. So this is a table is nothing but a information, one record to record information. This is one record information. This is another record information. So this is called as a piece of value. So whatever piece of value I'm talking here, Raj is a data. Okay, this job is also a data. This is also a data. This entire thing I can call as a information. This is a one record information. This is another record information. So we are going to keep this information in the table. For that one, we are giving some name. The name is nothing but suppose I'm giving the table name is EMP. EMP is the table name. Employee number is the column. E name is the column. Job is the column. Depart number is the column. Okay, but how I given this 1 2 3? How I given Raj here? How I given the date of birth here? How I given the data department number? How I given this one means based on the data type. Based on the data type. For example, I want to, yeah, you just help me out. Suppose I want to store my name. Just understand, I want to store my name in the database or in the table. Generally, what kind of data I can give means a structured data, string data. What data? String. My name is in the form of string, no? What is a string? Collection of characters. Name is going to give what? Collection of characters. That's why I'm giving the Raj here. Raj is nothing but a string. Rani is nothing but a string. So I want to store my name. What I can take? String is a data type. Clear? Okay. So coming for the my age. Can anyone give me the age? What I can have a data? String data or number data or what data?
Number data.
Yeah, number data. Very good.
Number data.
So my salary. I want to store the salary.
Number data.
Not float. My
Float.
salary can be not what sir number no. I mean float. 12 rupees I may get 100 rupees I may get 100 rupees 50 rupees dot 10 paise also I get yes or no. So that's why I go for what float. Yeah, tell me sir. I want to store something. Are you married? I want to store. Can anyone give me? Are you married?
String.
Yeah. If this is question is asked, what your answer? Yes or no? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no is nothing but what?
Red.
Boolean. Actually, we'll call it as a Boolean. But in case of SQL, there is no Boolean concept. Yeah. We are using same once again char data. We are using what data? Char data. Okay. Are you married? Say okay. We going forward. Yeah. Understand? Okay. What is your date of birth? Definitely will not tell your date of birth. Okay. So generally, so date of birth means what we need to take date. Understand? So this kind of information I need to store in the table. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what is the difference between the string data and char data?
Yeah, both are same. But why I am using here char means I am using a single character. Are you married means I use a single char. So a string is nothing but a group of characters. Group of characters. Okay. Then question comes, what kind of characters? What is a string actually? Yeah, very good question. String is always, don't think only alphabets, sir. Alphabets. No, not only alphabets. So string is nothing, comes under digits also. Strings comes under digits also. Strings comes under symbols also. If you observe in a keyboard in your laptop or in your desktop, you might find alphabets, you might find digits, you might find symbols also. So don't think string means only alphabets. 90% students are failing. Name means only what? Alphabets only, not only alphabets. So this is very, very important. String means alphabets, combination of alphabets, combination of what? Digits, combination of what? Symbols also. Okay. To represent this one, we need to use in SQL. We have one data type is called char data type. What data type? Char data type. We have another data type. Extension for the char is varchar data type. What data type? Varchar data type. Then we are going to study what is a char data type and varchar data type very thoroughly. Okay. What is the next one? So number. Number means what, sir? Digits. Sir. Digits means what? 0 to 9. 0 to 9. That is all comes under digits, right? So 0 to 9. So 0 to 9 I want to represent. Then I need is a number data type. What data type? Number data type. Whatever I am writing in the right side. So these data types are I am using in SQL. These data types I am using in SQL. Number data type also I am using in SQL. If you want to store your age in your SQL, in your table, we need to use a number data type. We need to use what data type? Number data. Okay, comes under float. So float means what? Digits with the dot symbol. Digit with what? Dot. Correct or not? So digits with what? Dot. Dot is that is representing the decimal value. Means it's separator. Okay. So generally, if you want to store floating value inside our SQL, we use a number data type only. But in this case, we are using something like a precision and scale. We are using what? Precision and scale. We are going to understand very thoroughly every data type thoroughly, don't worry. We are going to understand precision and scale if you want to store the floating value. Okay, and here as I mentioned, are you married, single, or what? Gender, if you ask the gender, if you ask the gender is comes under only two things, male or female. Yes, if you want to store male or female, I need to use a char data type. But how many char data type I can use? Is a single char data type. If you're using char means we can use a char data type only. We need to use what data type? Char data type here. And if you want to store the date of birth, if you want to store the date of birth means you need to use a data. Here also in SQL we have a date data type. We have a date data type. Date how do you store means something like we need to store like this, 12 December something 80. This is a format we need to use. I'll come across what is a date very thoroughly, don't worry. So this is called as a date data type. Okay, so finally how many data types are there means we have char data type, we have varchar data type in SQL, okay, and we have a number data type, we have a date data type. So these are the data types are there. We are going to understand thoroughly how to store the names, how to store the age, or how to store the salary, gender, date of birth, everything. So we are going to understand each and every data type thoroughly to create the table. Okay. Tomorrow what we are going to do? We are going to create the table. Okay. And we are going to understand how to define the data types to the table and how we can create the table, how to write the structure, I mean how to write the statement. Okay, to create the table in the database. Okay, how to create without these data types I cannot create the table, 100% sure. Without this data types you cannot create a table in the database. That is the reason we need to understand first data types, then we are going to understand the DDL comments, then we are going to understand DML comments, and so on. And mainly what we need to understand as per the SAS means, okay, to understand better we need to understand the DRL language. Okay, as I mentioned, if you understand DRL language, you know SQL. Okay, but to understand DRL language, first language you need to understand is a DDL language. Then only you need to understand DML. Then finally you are going to understand DRL. Okay, this is what we are taking a lot of time to understand, because in your SAS you need to generate the reports. How do you generate the report means by writing a select statement. What statement? Select statement. Okay, that is why you need to generate the reports. Okay, so this is just a overview of SQL what we are discussing. Okay, so tomorrow onwards I am going for what everything practical everything. So just I'm winding up here as a part of just throwing the demo. Do you have any questions on this one? You can might ask the question. In the daily I give them my notes. Okay, and I have separate notes for me, all examples, everything I have practical notes I have. If you need also I'll send. Okay, after you understand, try to practice after you are doing some practicals, that time I'll going to give the notes whatever I prepared. Okay, so notes also I prepared. Okay. Whatever the notes I prepared I'll give you. So the day one I am giving here, day one. Stances. Okay, so how do you send these notes to daily? Shall I send to one person? So he can send to everyone. Okay.
No, there is a group, sir.
Sir, there is a group, sir.
Okay, what you do? Okay, tomorrow you make one group. Okay, and we'll send. Yeah. So
Already there is a group, sir.
Sir, already there is a group, sir.
Okay. Can you add into WhatsApp group?
Sir, try to ask Narendra sir.
Yeah, okay. I'll ask Narendra sir.
He is the administrator. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any queries? Yes, you can ask me. Okay, after the class over, okay, I give the time for you to ask the questions. Okay. In the middle, don't disturb so that yes, because this is online, no. So if it is offline, we can have a fight, whatever. In technical fight, I'm talking. Okay, if you are having Any queries? Okay, in the end of the class, you can ask. I'll give you time to give the clarity of whatever I talk. Okay. Yes. You are now your time to speak. Any questions from your end? You can. Yeah. One by one.
హలో
Yeah.
సార్ క్లినికల్ సైడ్ యూస్ అవుతుందా సార్
Definitely.
ఇది ఎస్క్యూఎల్ లో
SQL
ఇప్పుడు ఎలా అయితే క్లినికల్ సాస్ అలా ఉంటుందో సో ఎస్క్యూఎల్ కూడా సేమ్ అలాగే యూస్ అవుతుందా
SQL నుంచి మీరు డేటాను పుల్ చేస్తారు మీ SAS కి.
ఓకే
ఓకే. మన తర్వాత మీ క్లినికల్ సైడ్ లో డేటా పెట్టాలంటే మళ్ళా SQL రావాలి.
ఓకే
Any more questions?
Sir, again, you provide a software to practice for this
Yes,
SQL.
I will provide a software to practice. Okay. How I can provide? I'll give the software. You are going to stances. No, there already software is there.
Yeah, SAS software they are provided, sir, but not
Yeah,
SAS.
SAS software is there. You need to ask Narendra sir. Every mission there is a SQL software is there. I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. Today just I throw the class. Okay. I mean, just a demo kind of stuff. Tomorrow onwards, our class. I mean, our timings may extend to 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Okay. Please bear with me. Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. But start after 10
Okay.
minutes. After 10 to
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Sure. Sure. I'll keep your word. Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
around 7:15 starts, sir.
Yeah. I'll start at 7:15 exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Then thank you.
Yeah. No problems. Any queries?
సార్ నోట్స్ గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేసేయండి సార్ సార్ ని కాంటాక్ట్ అయ్యి ఒకసారి.
అదే ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతానికి ఎవరికైనా మెయిల్ పంపించండి, ఇది ఈమెయిల్ ఇవ్వండి, నేను ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతానికి పంపించేస్తా, రేపు గ్రూప్ లో నేను యాడ్ చేస్తాను. లేదా సార్ని అడిగి మీకు పెట్టించేస్తాను. ఓకేనా?
Okay, sir. మీకు మెయిల్ ఎలా చెప్పాలి ఇప్పుడు?
Okay. So today only, tomorrow I mean we'll enjoy the classes. Okay. So don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, Tarun, I am sending to you. Okay.
No one having another contact numbers, another persons. So how can they send if you send to that person?
Yeah. Okay.
They will send us in
Okay.
groups.
I understand the problem. I'll consult with Narendra and I'll send. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fine, sir, if you send in the group.
Yeah. I understand.
Okay.
Because you are different
Yeah.
Chinese batches are there. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody
Understand.
having contact to know.
Yes, I understand. Okay. We'll enjoy. Tomorrow we are going to meet.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Yes.
Bye.